You probably have seen at least one performance that moved you, that made you feel something, made you feel connected to the message of the song or the artist performing. I also have seen tons of comments among the lines of, "This person has no emotional quality to their voice, I don't feel anything for this person," or "This artist is incredible because he is so emotive." What makes a singer a great emoter? Why some performances are more soul-touching than others? And how to perform in a way that moves the audience. In this video, I'll try to analyze the topic and in result, hopefully come up with some answers. Without further ado, let's get into it. Discussing the subject of emotions and singing is tricky because emotion is subjective. What I find emotive may not seem emotive to someone else. So there are no strict rules when it comes to emoting. However, I believe there are three general factors, or pillars if you will, that affect the emotional quality of a performance. And they are lyrical content of the song, stage presence of the performer, and performer's vocal delivery. We'll start with lyrical content as it's kind of a base here. Whether you connect with the lyrics of a song depends not only on the way they were written. Some of you may prefer a more poetic approach to writing. Some of you may like more of a conversational style, but it also depends on the subject matter itself. It goes without saying that whether you relate to certain lyrics more or less is totally personal and depends basically on your life experience. Lyrics, although important, need something else to bring them to life. And that's when we can start discussing vocals' contribution to emotiveness. During these touching, more vulnerable performances, you're likely to hear singers use specific vocal techniques in order to sound more expressive and enhance the message. Here you have a few excellent examples.
How to grow up living in a world that you and it's tearing me down. Can we work it out? Can we be a family? Can we work it out? Can we be a family? And I still remember how you kept me so afraid. The echoes of a broken child screaming, please no more. When I was thrown against cold steps, I don't care what my mama say, my daddy say, no, 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 no. You're such a good man. Deserve a nice respect on your eyes, so why you find me? Don't love and you're something like you all of my life, only for you. From now, never be ashamed. Call my name, tell me, 'cause you can understand the damage. You never really can become calling you.
Emotional vocals don't have to be perfect. As an audience, we tend to pay less attention to flaws like sporadic off-key notes, strain, cracks when listening to them. In fact, we often appreciate these little imperfections, feeling that they make the performance more raw and genuine.
How much I love you, sugar. up all these walls I built.
What I am sure about is that more is not necessarily more here. Emotional, touching vocal doesn't have to be the most simplistic, but it's pretty easy to do too much and come off as show-offy and lose all the emotion. What's also important to keep in mind is that some performances are just supposed to be vocally impressive and not convey much of the song's message. Now let's talk about stage presence. Proper stage presence, facial expressions, gestures, body movements can truly elevate the emotional quality of a performance. However, there's no one right way to do so, it fully depends on a song performed and its message. There may be a song that calls for a more calm, reserved and contemplative presence, but there are also songs that you just have to sink your teeth into and deliver aggression, or lighten up the mood and bring happiness and enthusiasm.
People like you can't handle this. Where were you when I needed you? Tell me, where were you when I needed you? Tell me, where were you when I needed you? Au bout de ma route, je la mettrai dehors pour t'aimer. Pour t'aimer coûte que coûte, pour t'aimer une fois pour toutes, pour t'aimer coûte que coûte, malgré ce mal qui court, aimer l'amour à mort. We started out as friends. It's funny how from simple things.
I believe, however, there's a certain line that can't be crossed, otherwise it can make you look disingenuous, overdramatic and inappropriate.
Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but
Hold the shine of 1,000 spotlights. Hold the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough.
Some of you could say that the easiest way to move people and make the audience sympathize with you is to cry. It may happen to singers while you're performing their most personal material. As we're heading towards the end, there's also a subject I'd like to touch on. It's more of a question to you guys. How do you feel about Broadway singers in terms of emotional quality? Does the fact they are acting during their performances take away from the overall experience for you? It personally doesn't bother me too much because they can convey emotion well, but there's usually that thought that it's just acting, which makes it less genuine, I guess.
I just wanna get with you. I just feel like getting with you. I come alive. I feel like the girl I used to like.
And that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching. Excuse my terrible English and have a great day. Till the next time. Bye guys.